Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the so-called Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
What's happening to African domestic workers in Lebanon is sickening. They are being left in a house, locked in a house by their employers, while their employers flee their house to safety because of the bombs and the strike that is happening in Lebanon right now. They are fleeing for safety because their life matters, but the African employees, the domestic workers they hired, stay in the house locked in because they don't have anywhere else to go. This is a story that was covered by BBC, and some of the stories that are being told by our African sisters, mostly because most of the domestic workers that are in Lebanon are women. It's a tragic story. The ones that are not locked in the house are being thrown out while the Lebanese, the employers, flee to safety. According to a BBC interview with a young 24-year-old Kenyan woman, she said she's been working in Lebanon as a domestic worker for the past 8 months, but she says the last month has been the toughest. She said, quote, "There were a lot of bombings. It was too much. My employers locked me in the house and left to save their own lives." End quote. To protect her identity, they didn't share her real name. And this is a Kenyan sister. They've also interviewed a Ugandan sister. There are many stories that are not being covered because mostly, one, there might not be a life to tell it. Two, they're still running away to go to safety, so they don't even have the chance or the time or the opportunity to share their stories. This is one story from thousands of women that are being either locked in the house, left for dead, or getting kicked out. Even this young lady, the Kenyan woman that BBC interviewed, she said once the bombing attack passed and the employers can return to their homes, they kicked her out without paying her salary. These people are just on another level, and this is something that we've talked about on this channel a lot. They follow this system called kafala system, which basically doesn't allow or doesn't give any right to the employee. Every right is given to the employer. They get to take away your passport. They get to pay you in that term, and they also get to own you, because at the end of the day, you can't go and work anywhere else. You cannot take your passport and go back to your country unless you have their permission, and rarely do they give them permission to leave. So this is the story of Africans in Lebanon right now. People are talking about how the Lebanese people are suffering, but the Lebanese people are trying to get away from the situation because they want to save their lives, but they don't see their employees' lives as valuable, and the kafala system supports that. This is modern day slavery, but the world refuses to hold these countries accountable for the kind of laws they have and the kind of laws that are put there to help only the employer, but never protect or help the employee in any shape, way, or form. And this is saddening, but thousands of women have a country, they're citizens of an African country, one or the other, right? But did you hear any of our governments speaking up, speaking out, calling on their people, opening their embassies to expedite the process to bring them back home? You rarely hear that. And that is why the rest of the world doesn't value our lives. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next